Yes, 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 Kenyans. Tamu sana. I say tamu sana. Yes. One David Murathe has been very, very consistent on Uhuru Kenyatta's succession. And one funny thing, or one very interesting thing, is that he never misses to read the president's moods correctly. What Murathe has always said has always come to pass. He has been very, very consistent. Even before Uhuru came to speak, he has been saying that William Ruto will never be president. And he knows very well the president will not leave power to a thief. Miraculously, or rather coincidentally, Uhuru Kenyatta came and repeated the same words. David Murathe, for those who don't know, has been a very close friend of the president long even before Uhuru became the president. This is one guy that can even tell you the president's girlfriend, if such a thing exists. This is a drinking buddy. He knows the unofficial side of the president, and is also one of the deep states in Kenya today. So the deep state in Kenya today, as I did mention in my previous video, seems to be split. There seems to be the diplomatic wing of the deep state that consists of Dr. Joseph Kinyua, the head of public service, and Karanja Kibichu, PS Interior. That seems to come out as the diplomatic wing of the deep state. Then we have the political wing of the deep state that Murathe heads. One thing about these two sides is that the diplomatic wing of the deep state do not know much about the unofficial side of the president. Their interaction with the president is purely official, and at one point they can misread the mood of the president. One case being the impeachment of Anne Waiguru some months earlier. The diplomatic wing of the deep state, headed by one Karanja Kibichu, might have misread the president's mood in the impeachment of Anne Waiguru. It's widely believed, and it was even confirmed by some reliable sources, that Dr. Karanja Kibichu is the one who sponsored Anne Waiguru's impeachment. Actually, it's rumored that he even paid MCA's money to impeach Anne Waiguru because of some personal interest and reasons. But when the impeachment reached the Senate, State House mobilized the senators, and the impeachment motion was defeated on the floor. In fact, we are told that the president even summoned Karanja Kibichu to explain how the whole thing was planned. So maybe Karanja Kibichu and the diplomatic wing of the deep state might have misread the president's mood on Anne Waiguru. But when you come to the political wing, the likes of Murathe, Murathe has always read the president's mood correctly. So recently, or about some 2 days ago, Murathe came out once again and made it very clear that One Kenya alliance might work with Jacom. And now it's coming out clearly that what Murathe says always comes to pass. Murathe and Uhuru might be reading from the same script. So what he says always has a lot of weight of what Uhuru might be thinking. So ladies and gentlemen, I always believe that when you want to accurately predict the political future of a nation, you must go back to the history. You must go back to the original plot. And some months ago, ladies and gentlemen, Mount Kenya governors, about over 10 Mount Kenya governors, were in a place in Murang'a, and from the way they were talking, it was as if they were endorsing Raila Amolo Odinga. In fact, they were somehow endorsing Raila Amolo Odinga. That's just some few months ago. Then Murathe also has come out and clearly told us that it's a Mandela moment. And Murathe don't just talk for the sake. He told us point blank it's a Mandela moment, something that was also confirmed by one Francis Atwoli. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that's the original plot. The original plot is maybe a way of making Raila Amolo Odinga the president. And it's not just making Raila Amolo Odinga the president. There is the Gideon Moi factor that I strongly believe is going to force the system, or rather the president, to make Raila Amolo Odinga the president in paving way for Gideon Moi. Because as it is in Kenya today, even from history, Gideon Moi is not a very popular candidate on the ground. And therefore the system knows pretty well that Gideon Moi, even if they do it how, cannot be president in 2022. So maybe they are preparing a way for him on how he can be president post-2022. And the only way they can achieve that is through Raila Amolo Odinga. Also, about some few days ago, Professor Herman Manyora, and I did explain that in my previous video, stated clearly that if Uhuru Kenyatta is the person receiving intelligence information on a daily basis, he cannot do a blunder of maybe betraying Raila Amolo Odinga. And the professor also expounded, or rather explained, that Uhuru Kenyatta has no option but to support Raila Amolo Odinga presidency in 2022 to pave way for Gideon Moi maybe in 2027. I concur with the professor, and I actually say that the president somehow should not reduce himself into a Buridan kind of experiment. The president has to make a decision. The president should not be like the Buridan donkey that dies out of hunger and thirst simply because it could not make its mind. The Buridan donkey is torn between a pile, or rather a stack of hay, and a pool of water because the donkey is thirsty and also hungry. So by the roadside, it gets a pile, or rather a stack of hay on one side, and on the other side a pool of water. So because the Buridan donkey is thirsty and also hungry, it cannot just makes its mind on which one to start with. So in the long run, the Buridan donkey dies of thirst and hunger simply because it could not make up its mind. That's a fate that should not befall our beloved president, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Uhuru Kenyatta should make his mind, and he should make it as fast as he can, because 2022 is fast approaching. In the event he continues to dilly-dally between a pool of water and a stack of hay, the president and his system is going to lose miserably. That's why I strongly believe Uhuru Kenyatta should make up his mind known. The masses are getting confused. There can exist an original plot, but as long as the president is still dilly-dallying, then that's costing the system and even the president is a lot of harm. Ladies and gentlemen, politics is all about interest, and as it stands right now, Uhuru's interest can only be catered by one man, Raila Amolo Odinga. Uhuru's interest is maybe to make Gideon Moi the president, and the only person who can do that is through Raila Amolo Odinga. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have much today. If you've bumped on this video for the very first time, tap on the subscription button, but most importantly, don't forget to give this video a like. God bless you. God bless Kenya. Thank you.